where it is. Hey, hey, CLC crew. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're cool. Sorry about the mess of my hair. I've been doing exercise this morning, and I know a few people messaged me after I said I'd done exercise last time and said, why do you look so nice after you've done exercise? It's because I put a little bit of lippy on because I want to feel a bit nice when I do my lives. But yes, I have been working out this morning and I've got a sweaty mess of hair. But do you like the Christmas tree, by the way? Did you like this little festive vibe going on here? We put that up at the weekend, of course. Have you put your Christmas tree up yet? Let me know if you have. We've also got the kindness elves that have come to stay and asking the kids to spread kindness throughout December and beyond. So today we've got to collect up some old shoes and take them to the charity shop. So if you are watching the replay, please do let me know you're watching. It's always good to know who is watching, and if you find this useful, please do let me know. This is going to be another vulnerable one because this is kind of like I'm having breakthroughs all the time whilst around this subject, and I've actually had a breakthrough in the last 24 hours. I've got my journal here. I'm actually going to be sharing something direct from my journal. But this is part 2 of the first video which I shared, which was how to stay laser focused and happy whilst running a life and business. If you're coming on, say hey Joe, lovely to see you, lovely lady. How are you doing? Let me know. Have you got your Christmas tree up yet? Let me know how you're doing. So the first video, if you haven't seen it, let me know and I can tag you in it. I did that a few weeks ago, and that basically was a very vulnerable one about how I'd let life get on top of me a little bit, and I wasn't managing it all very well, and I was feeling very overwhelmed, life and business, and it wasn't making me feel very good. And what I was noticing was I was really distracting myself. I was distracting away from my feelings, and by doing that I was letting all of my boundaries slip and the things that I had in place that made me feel good. And so once I realised what those things were, I was able to really put in place some strong, healthy boundaries and some other things that have really helped me to get back on track, get back in the right mindset, feel strong, feel mentally focused, feel healthy and positive, and in control, in charge of my feelings and in charge of my life. And, you know, it's certainly not solved. And I don't think it ever is, but I think, you know, it's something that we can continue to work on. And if we're aware of what these things are for us, then we can make sure we put them in place. Please, can you tag me? Okay, definitely struggling with focus and massive overwhelm. Okay, you are not alone, Joe. So that was definitely me. It still is, you know. A couple of weeks ago it got really bad, so I will tag you in that one. But this one is the really positive one. Okay, so this video is about the strategies that I have put in place that have really helped me to reduce the overwhelm in my life, to feel more in control, to feel more mentally happy and laser focused, and generally feel happier day to day, and feeling like I'm actually achieving things, and it's not just like swamping over my head. And we all feel like that, you know. What I'm saying here is, or what I'm not saying here is, do this and everything will be great. What I need to say is that this is what's worked for me. You know, I had some comments last time about, you know, some people finding doing different things helps them. And of course, there are many ways to skin a cat, and it is about your preference. Now, I am someone, you know, I need discipline and structure in my life. And that word structure, that could be structure and space to just think. But I need that in my life. That is something that motivates me to have that. Some people aren't motivated by that, and that is fine. And then you will have your strategies, and I'd love to hear what they are. For me, I've realised that I thrive on a routine. I thrive on discipline, and that sounds like a very military word, but it's something that helps me. And once I've got these things in place, life is easier, and life feels better, and I feel more in control, and being able to lead, you know, my life in the way that I want to. So I just want to caveat what I'm saying today with that. Let me know what you think about that, Joe. If you're coming on, say hey, let me know how you're feeling today, and if you've got your Christmas tree up. So I'm not going to go over the last video, but I am going to go over the solutions that have really helped me. And this is honestly, this is so relevant to me right now, like literally right now. I am in the middle of this all right now. In the last week, I've had some big news to do with my family. And so, you know, life continues to throw curveballs, and that will happen with all of us, right? We know that that's going to happen. But for me, if I've got these things in place, if I know that I've got these things, then actually, you know, whatever life throws at you, you can deal with it better. Hey, Chula, lovely to see you. So, the first thing that really helped me go from feeling really overwhelmed and swamped and like I was drowning was going back to a schedule and blocking time. Okay, so this is like throughout the whole day. So not regimental, because I don't like regimental and I don't like planning down to the last detail, but having specific time to do specific things. And I will give you an example of one of these things. Answering emails and messages. Okay, so if you have, you might have an app that you speak to your clients on. So I have Voxer. I speak to my clients on Voxer. That's how we communicate with each other. I also have emails. And of course there is Facebook Messenger. Of course there's Instagram Messenger. There's so many different ways people can get in touch with you. And what I was doing when I was feeling overwhelmed is I was just reacting. I was reacting to all of those messages as and when they were coming in. Hello, Thomas. How you doing? And I was reacting. So every time a notification would come up on my phone, I was reacting. And if we continue to do that, then it can become overwhelming, you know, because we're always feeling like we're reacting rather than responding. So as soon as I stopped doing that and allocated certain times, so for example, I have prioritized exercise. I'll talk a bit more about that in a minute. So the first thing that I did this morning, even though it feels backwards, is to do some exercise and then get on with work. Then I respond to messages and I set a certain time to do that. So there's certain periods of the day to respond to messages and notifications and things like that. So you're doing it in a condensed period of time rather than peppered throughout your day. And that can really, because it draws you off. It takes you off in different directions and it creates stress and anxiety and overwhelm. Okay, so that was like the first thing that really, really helped me. The other thing that really, really, really helped me was, oh, my computer's gone blank there, was the evening. Okay, so the evening, getting really, really disciplined on an evening routine was key, honestly. And the last few days I've been really like ramping it up and it's been so helpful. The first thing that helped me with this was, if you have an iPhone, or you may have an Android and it works the same, but there's now a bedtime function on the iPhone. You set it to go off a certain time before you go to bed, and it cuts off all of your notifications and things. So it tells you when to start winding down and it cuts off all your notifications. So they're all on do not disturb until the morning, until your wake up time. So it's helping you to get a focused amount of sleep. It's telling you when to go to bed and when to wake up, but it also cuts off all of the noise and the notifications at a certain time. So I highly recommend putting that function on your phone if you haven't done so already, because it's just something that really helps you get into a routine. Let's see what you're saying here, Joe. What do you do if you get to the scheduled activity and you just don't feel like it, in the mood for it? Do you just make yourself do it? I think, don't kick my butt enough to just make myself do trickier things. Any thoughts? Well, it sounds like there's procrastination going on there, Joe. And so there's two things that can help with that. First of all, tackle the cause of the procrastination. Why is it tricky? Why is that particular thing tricky? Is it something you're feeling unconfident about? You don't know enough about? Is it because you don't enjoy it, right? What is the reason for the procrastination in the first place? Number one. When you found out what that is, you can actually make sure that you do that at a time that is going to enable you to, which one? Which one is it, Joe? Enable you to actually tackle it. So, you know the whole saying about eat the frog? If it's something you don't really enjoy doing or you feel uncomfortable doing, do it first. So actually just get it out of the way and be disciplined with yourself to get that as the first thing you've done. It's called eat the frog. You've probably heard of it because it's like an age-old corporate term that you eat the frog for breakfast, and then it's done and it's out the way. If it's something you're not confident with or you need more information, you find out, get more confident with what it is. Do it scared is also the other thing that I would, if it's something maybe you think, do it scared and make it a priority to do it over anything else. I think if you schedule in things that you don't want to do, you're not going to do them when you get there. Yeah, cool. Well, eat those frogs then, Joe, and if you want to talk more about that offline, about what particular it is, the cause for the procrastination, then let me know. So all day long, being focused, laser focused on the things you're doing also helps you to be more productive and also helps you to get more stuff done. So I also, I now block times for, doing things like washing and clearing up and cooking and, all of those things that you have to do as a parent running a house. Those things are, right, okay, I'm spending time doing that now, not, I'm going to cook something and whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to answer some emails. No, it doesn't work. It's, I'm going to cook something. Whilst I'm doing that, I might hang up the washing. That is a block of time where I'm spending time doing that type of thing. It works for me. It's working much better for me. It's enabling me to just create space in my head. So that's working really well. I'm glad that eating the frog is a helpful tip. Thank you, Chula. So that was the first thing, blocking time and staying focused. The second thing is prioritizing your nourishing activities. Okay, so I talked the last time about nourishing activities. Now, these are activities that move you towards yourself and away from distraction, okay? What we were talking about last time is when we're feeling overwhelmed, we slip into old habits of going for the things that distract us that actually aren't nourishing for us. So it could be a load of cake, it could be a load of Netflix, it could be alcohol, it could be a load of food, it could be all sorts of different things, the vices that we have, the distractions that distract us away from from ourselves, okay? And actually in my journal last night I wrote, I move towards myself and away from distraction in order to feel my feelings, because that's pretty much what we're doing when we're distracting, when we're avoiding our feelings, we're avoiding our real feelings. So prioritizing things that are going to nourish you and help you to move towards yourself is going to be much, much better for you, mind, body, spirit, okay? And it's going to look different to different people, but I actually wrote a few things out last night. So I'm just going to give you a few examples of what this is to me, like what moving towards myself and away from distraction looks like to me. So it's things like dancing to music, spin. I've put moving towards myself and away from distraction, herbal tea, going for a drive. Going for a drive sometimes for me, because there's always kids in the car. If I don't have the kids in the car, actually going for a drive is a really nice thing to do because it kind of just like puts you in that meditative state. Journaling, speaking openly with my family and friends. I found it difficult in the past to actually say how I feel to family and friends and loved ones and things like that. If I'm speaking openly with them, I feel so much better. I've just discovered this amazing Radio 1 show by a man called Phil Taggart. It's on a Sunday night. It's called The Chillest Show. It's awesome. That is nourishing to me. That's really nourishing. So music is such a big part of my nourishing activities. What else? I've put sourdough bread and butter. Now, you may think that might be a distraction, but actually what I'm saying is if I'm just having one slice of sourdough toast with a bit of butter on it, every now and again, that's kind of nourishing. It is to me. I'm not going to eat loads of it, but it's just nourishing to me. Candles are another big nourishing thing for me. If I've got a really nice smelling candle near me, then it actually feels really, really good. So have a list of what these things are for you. You could call it mindset work, journaling, meditation. You could call it that. I'm calling them nourishing activities because they're things that if you can prioritize these, you're going to be in a much better headspace and therefore physical place to be able to operate from a much better level, stay laser focused, feel more happy and fulfilled, and achieve more in what you're doing. So I'd love to know what yours are. Because, you know, podcasts are another thing for me. Listening to podcasts, listening to audiobooks, those sorts of things. I've just listened to some awesome ones recently and they were super useful and they really help get the creativity going in your brain. Let me know what some of your nourishing activities are. Post them below because I'd love to know. It'd be really good to share with each other. So going back to kind of like boundaries. Boundaries are so important. Boundaries for yourself, boundaries for other people, so that other people know what is and isn't okay, what is and isn't acceptable. Having those clear boundaries is really, really important. And we let them slip because we always want to serve people, right? We want to do the best we can for family, for friends, for colleagues, for clients. And we always want to do what's best for them because we're coming from a place of service. But then it's a detriment to us. Now, Thomas is an expert on this. He's done some fantastic posts. I don't know if he's still here, Thomas, but he's done some amazing posts on this. He's got a group called The Power of No, and he talks a lot about this type of thing. But for me, what I needed to do was just get really clear on my boundaries again, as in when I work and when I don't work, when I'm with my son, when I am not, when I am going to respond to emails, when I'm not, when I'm going to take time off, you know, all of that sort of stuff. And if you communicate that to your friends, to your family, to your clients, to your colleagues, it's okay because everybody knows. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to say, I'm having some downtime. It's okay to say, I'm having some time offline. Because it's boundaries, and it helps if you set your boundaries, it helps other people set theirs. Okay, so doing that really, really helped me, and just being okay and clear about that, saying I'm just taking some time out, or I will respond within the next 24 hours, or within the next 2 days, or after the weekend, or whatever it might be, and then being really, really clear on that. Okay, so that was another thing. Doing less, all right. And let me know what you think about this, guys. And if you've got any questions as we go through, please do let me know. Doing less. It sounds just crazy, but it's so important. We think that if we do more, we're going to achieve more, but it's not true. If we do less, we are more focused, we are feeling more positive, more confident, and in a better mindset to do the things we really need to do. So I've really had to retrain myself these last couple of weeks to do less, to prioritise things like exercise in the morning, first thing, after I've dropped my kids off, because that's the thing that's going to nourish me the most, and then I'll be set up. So I've done some exercise this morning, and now I'm like, and I'm ready to go. And you know, doing less. So that is doing less. It's doing less work. It's really, really important. If you do less and just focus on the things that you should be focusing on, get laser focused on those things, then you're going to do less and it's going to feel better. I don't know what you think about that. Let me know what you think. My computer keeps going. Hey Phoenix, nice to see you. How are you doing? I don't think we've spoken properly before, but thank you so much for joining the live stream. There is one final point, but my computer's decided to go. I think there's something wrong with my computer. I think those are the main points. So, oh, hang on, here we go. Let me just bring it back up again. Productive escape. Okay, yeah. Hey, Fee. So we've had blocking time and staying focused. That means, you know, time during the day to do certain things at certain times. And if it's something that you don't really want to do it at a time when you've got most energy. Eat that frog. Have a very, very focused bedtime routine and use the bedtime function on your phone. It's really, really helping me. Prioritise your nourishing activities. Make sure that you're doing those things in your day, you're prioritising them. I gave a massive list of what those look like to me, and I'm really, really prioritising them, and it's making me feel so much better. Having clear cut-off times and communicating them. When do you respond to emails? When do you respond to messages? When do you not work? When do you work? And communicate that, because everybody will know, and it's okay. Doing less is so important. Doing more does not mean achieving more. Doing less means focusing on the things that you really need to be focusing on and getting laser focused in on those at the times where you've got the energy to do it. Okay, and then productive escape. So when I say that, right? So we all need escape. So last time I was talking about escape being distraction away from what you really need to be addressing. So Netflix, it could be whatever it is on the telly. It could be a lot of food. It could be alcohol. Whatever it is, it's okay to still have a little bit of that. So on my nourishing list, I've got David Attenborough documentaries. You might think I'm a geek, right? But I absolutely love watching David Attenborough documentaries. It's just like one of my favourite things. And I will watch one of those as a productive escape. When I just want to like chill out, I'll watch one of those. And what is that to you? Like my sourdough toast and butter. It's a bit of a productive escape. It's still a little bit of a, like whatever it is, the glass of wine. Whatever it might be, the slice of chocolate cake, every so often. Is it productive? As in, is it, it's balanced, more healthy. It's okay to do that. Like I spent Saturday night in a nightclub dancing the night away. I had a few drinks. It was brilliant. I thought for me that was productive escape because I felt so much better after it. I danced to amazing music. What's productive escape for you? Let me know. If you're watching the replay, let me know. So I hope this has been helpful. I know, ladies, you've joined a little bit later on, but I'd really love to know. I've got a few minutes. If you've got any questions about this, can I help you? This, as I say, this is just from my experience. This is just my map of the world and what has helped me. It may be that there are other things that help you, and that's cool, and I'd love to hear what they are. But if you found this useful, do let me know. It's always good to know if it's helpful or not. I always want to provide things within this group that are helpful. Whilst I'm waiting for any questions, I just want to let you know that Free Stuff Friday is back this Friday. If you are new to the group, it is an opportunity for you to offer something for free and claim something for free. It always works really well because you can only offer one thing and you can only claim one thing. And so once it's gone, it's gone. And so it's a fantastic way of getting to know each other, of showcasing each other's skills. You could offer a 1-hour coaching session. You could offer a consultation. You could offer a free ebook or a book, or a place on a workshop, a place on a program. It could be absolutely anything, but it can only be one thing. So that's Free Stuff Friday. Can I go through the whole list in quick summary? Yes, okay, Phoenix, no problem. So, in order to get laser focused and happy in life and business, this is what helps me. Block time out in your day and stay focused on it. So don't just respond and react to things throughout your day. Be very clear on when you are responding to emails and messages, on when you are writing content, on when you are coaching with clients, on when you are cooking and cleaning and doing the stuff around the house. So you're really clear on being focused on those particular things. Prioritize your nourishing activities. Write out a list of all the things that make you feel nourished, that make you move towards yourself and away from distraction, and prioritize those. Have clear cut-off times and communicate them. So this is where the boundaries come in. What are you not, and when are you available for the things, and when are you not? When is it okay to do something and when is it not? Get really clear on what those boundaries are, what those cut-off times, what those parameters are, and communicate them. Because if other people know, it will help them set their own. Do less. Don't think that doing more is going to achieve more. Do less and just spend more time getting laser focused on the things that you need to do, and have productive escape. So what I'm saying there is we all have our escape, and it's okay to have that escape, to escape into the television program, to escape into the glass of wine. Just make sure it's productive, that it doesn't go on for too long, and that it's nourishing to you in some way. We all need to zone out a little bit sometimes. So for me, it might be watching the David Attenborough documentary whilst eating a piece of cake. And I'm not going to do that all the time, but I'm going to do that sometimes now, and that's okay. So hopefully that's been helpful, Phoenix. Let me know. Oh, hey Ruth, lovely to see you. I hope this has been helpful. Do let me know what you think. If this is something that you've struggled with recently, well, I totally hear you. It's ongoing, and it's something that I'm not going to say, oh, I'm cured, I'm fixed, I've got this all locked down, it's all fine, because it's not. But since I've been really focusing on this, making sure that I'm journaling on it every day, that I'm taking that time on nourishing activities for myself every day, that it's actually my mindset and my general well-being and feelings of overwhelm have massively decreased. I'm feeling much more productive and in a much better space. So hopefully this has helped you. And if you need any further help with it, obviously, and you don't want to talk about it on here, just shoot me a message. Always here to talk. So have an awesome day. If you haven't put up your Christmas tree yet, do and take a picture of it. If you have, do take a picture of it and share it, because I'd love to see your Crimble trees. Okay, take care and see you soon. Bye.